When you're starting an adventure with your friends, there's only one way to go. Slaying dragons in dungeons and stealing some gold. Welcome to the Fellas Roll!
Dice sold separately and no real dragons were harmed in the making of this video.
And we are...
Audio up! Greetings, everyone!
Hey! That's my bit! Okay? Greetings, one and all, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Fellas B-Roll Catalysts. We'll be talking about all things catalysts. Everything for the full 14 episodes that we currently have out. We'll be discussing all of it as much as we can. Speeding through from the beginning of the campaign all the way to where they currently are in the Tower of Werlyn Faraday.
About what my lawyer has allowed me to.
I got my golden hour.
Alright, we gotta stop before we get copyrighted. Alright, so with tonight's episode.
Alright, so let's be quiet for an hour and a half.
Yeah, just... Anyway,
okay.
Moment of silence for all the lives lost during the construct catastrophe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was really scared where you were going there.
Honestly, not gonna
You think I was gonna bring up a real tragedy? No.
I was like,
Anyway, all right. So, from the beginning, let's talk about character creation for this campaign specifically. We had a character creation B-roll a few weeks back, a couple months back actually. It would have been now, but let's specifically hone in on this campaign. As interestingly, we do have kind of two sides of character creation for this campaign. We have from the beginning very tied into a lot of things, and we have someone not from the beginning and kind of plopped into the madness.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to hear from both of these individuals, as it's kind of different points in the campaign for what they made and, different perspectives. So I'd say we start from the beginning. One of the first people that I did the one-on-ones for, which we will get to what one-on-ones. I have not even talked about that for this campaign, and it's the perfect time to bring it up. Yeah, we'll get to Ricky. So, how did Corn come about? What were the first seeds of inspiration for him up into the very one-on-one that we did?
I'll be so real with you. I wanted to make a very silly character because I've always made like not serious but very traumatic characters. And then, as you can see, Corn turned into a very silly guy too. Wow, that guy's got a lot of trauma. But
couldn't fully avoid it, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm a film star.
It's honestly not fun unless you have a little bit of tragedy.
Trauma is the bread and butter of D&D characters, man.
But I kind of like not talk about what I did in the other B-roll, but thinking about it more and more, Corn's a character that I'm creating as like you do as you're doing a campaign, but I mean this physically. I talked to the fellas about this, and I can kind of tell y'all about this as well, I guess, on stream. Corn doesn't have any memories of his past. He has very few, like, little memories of his past, but anything that might bring up a memory to someone, I roll a dice, and depending on his level, that's 20 minus like his level, and then that's the I guess you could say the saving throw or the check he makes to get a memory, and then that night I do a little update to his to his backstory, and then I text Noah and I go, memory just dropped.
He does, and it's the one part of the campaign that I actually don't know what's coming, because he's drip feeding it to me, his backstory, which is interesting to say the least, to have a player drip feed their backstory to you. But also it makes sense because we're not in his world, so the only time things need to come up is when I know them.
Yeah, if you couldn't pick it up from now, Corin's a human from like actual modern day Earth, that just got sent into a skeleton's body. I just kind of wanted to, because I wanted to do that to begin with, because I remember talking to Noah on the first like meeting we had, and I was like, I want to be an isekai. And he was like, what? I was like, I want to be an isekai. And then we started talking more, and I was like, I want to be a skeleton. That'd be really funny. And that's kind of where Corey went from. And I wanted to make him 7 foot, like the tallest I could make him without it breaking the game. I did, because I always play characters that are my actual height, because I'm like, they're just like me for real. So I was like, what if I made someone who's not like me for real, and it's just 7'2".
Very, very true, very true. Yeah, so what do you have any like specific inspirations that you can point to in terms of like characters from fiction or somebody that you know or anything like that for Corin?
Grog,
yeah.
I mean, the one line that you hear Corin say a lot, that God fucking damn it, is Grog and Attilius.
Yep.
Attilius is from a campaign that we are all personally in that ended almost a year ago.
Yeah. One of my favorite
I always
campaigns of all time.
loved those characters, like those big dumbheads that are actually like geniuses when it comes to strategic, but outside of that, they may not be the smartest people in the world. And I was like, you know, like sometimes that's just me for real, because outside of like film, my brain don't be working.
Understandable. Yep. So awesome. So that's that beginning part of creation. What drew you to specifically? So for those that don't know, Corin in the current campaign is a paladin monk multiclass, which is an interesting one. And so, what drew you to that multiclass specifically?
I had to do the monk justice. That was my first ever character I did. He was a monk. And I was like, I have to do it justice, but I can't just play a monk. I want to play paladin. Because paladins look cool. I want to be a weird religious guy, but it turned into more of a murderous religious guy than a...
Just weird.
Have you read the Bible today?
Did you pray in it?
Did you pray
No!
to it?
No! Stop it! Just turbulent. But I kind of wanted to do that because I thought it would be fun to do, and Corin's more going towards his religion is combat than it is anything else.
Indeed. Yeah, his whole stuff is very interesting, and you developing the relationship with Tenebriox is definitely fun. So yeah, final, I think probably final part for you, for Corin's character creation anyway. What did you expect going into the campaign for Corin, and how has those expectations kind of been upended?
I expected him to just kind of not get along with anyone, like to him being the broody, quiet, religious guy, to now crackhead.
Yep. Yeah,
There's no more. You could put like Ricky moments in a clip, and half of them would be this. Audio warning.
Tristan's gonna appreciate that if he ever puts this as a podcast. Awesome.
That's really just that. It went from, but I do like how his character's going to where he's more like he's questioning himself a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he just doesn't know. Like he's more scared of his past.
Yep. Very interesting. Very excited to see where old Tenebriox worshiper Corin goes. Excited about that. Awesome. So that's kind of the beginning of things, and I'll get on actually to one thing I wanted to actually make obvious what it was. The way I run my campaigns at the very beginning, I do something called one-on-ones. I'm sure a lot of people might do this, but I make sure to do it very specifically. Basically, a one-on-one is what it says on the tin. A one-on-one session of any player, and each player gets a one-on-one where they will play their character in some kind of scenario, Normally more predetermined and kind of railroady compared to most D&D games, but it's all at the same time. It's for them to be able to not only get into the character, get a combat in, and also a lot of role playing in to make sure that how they feel their character. And I'm not going to talk about any of the one-on-ones that have already happened. And I will say on stream now, Alex is actually lacking a one-on-one right now. And we have yet to get to it because of schedules, because they're fun. So yeah, we'll eventually get to that. But his backstory is detailed enough to where we didn't even really need to have one with to understand things. So yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, so one-on-ones are a really fun way for me to be able to get my players engaged with the characters and make any last-minute changes before the actual proper campaign starts and characters are introduced. Because sometimes when you start playing a character, you're like, damn, I wanted to actually do this, and you don't really get that chance. But one-on-one is like that last chance to be able to get it. And I'll talk more about one-on-ones. I might actually do a maybe post like a solo video or something.
Noah's single segment.
Who knows? It's not like I already have an idea from months ago that I just haven't capitalized on yet.
Come on.
But yeah,
today.
Without that, with that out of the way, I really enjoyed Corrin's 101, by the way. This is not really a spoiler. I'll just say one thing, that Corrin and Leland's 101, Connor Reed, our wonderful Leland Vance, Lavish legend, their one-on-ones actually coincided with each other. After Corrin's one-on-one, Leland made a backstory that was, or Connor made a backstory for Leland that was overlapping in a lot of ways. And so I decided to make the connection, and lo and behold, a beautiful friendship occurred from the two. So yeah, without further... Bro just spittled.
I didn't know I was watching too, my bad.
Without further ado, though, I want to have let the not the loudest, but definitely the most performative of the party chance to speak. Loudest goes to Corrin. But definitely the most performative of the party a chance to speak. Alex. Chance.
I will say, my favorite Alex moment is when I pick him up and he screamed like a baby. He was like, stop!
Yeah, those are great. So I'll ask you pretty much the same question. Where did the seeds of Alex begin sprouting in your brain? What were some of the inspirations?
Well, because a lot of my other characters and other campaigns that I've played in before have been very closely related to already existing characters. But, so I was kind of stumped in the sense of what I was, normally used to, used to playing, is like the sneaky, like the roguish type character, all the time. But I was like, okay, well, having like two of those, the dynamic there would just kind of be a competition. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense. And I knew that I've always wanted to play like a bard. And so I took a lot of inspiration from what was actually going on, like in my actual life. So at the time, I was thinking like, okay, background. I was actually currently in like Cinderella, and I was playing the prince. I was like, maybe a noble. And then the whole like bard idea came from the fact that I major in music, and I was like, okay, we just kind of connect those,
Shout out to Chance for making the intro.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, it's me, I sing or whatever.
Or whatever.
But one of the things I struggled with the most was, like, where does this character fall in, like, in life? And I thought a really cool, like, dynamic would be the kid of the group. Like the naive one, hence the nickname, the naive noble. Because like everyone else has had their own like experiences, and they have all this background strengths, and Alex is just more so, he came from, like his dad's really good at fighting and stuff like that, but he was never into it, so he's kind of just thrown into this as the kid and is picking up stuff along the way. And I thought just like kind of a younger character would be really cool. And then I remember that like I finally started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I was really in the mood of like the whole element thing. And I was like, Genasi. And then like air like turns into like, you know, like vocals and stuff like that. Like the whole air, like it was really very simple coming up with what I wanted to play. Yeah. It was more so the backstory that was a bit iffy, but you know, it took some time, but I got there.
The backstory definitely came together, I would say. And obviously a lot to learn about Alex so far, so we don't have much to talk about in terms of backstory. But you know, otherwise we know he's a noble, and we know that
his mom hates him.
His relationship with his parents is very strained.
And I will say that I am the only one that is not multi-class as of right now, but I do have some intentions in the future to maybe multi-class, and I already have ideas for it. And you know, like you know, I have a lot of like paths that I could take Alex, and it's really just dependent on how the campaign goes and what would work best. But I know which one I want to take, and I'm excited to.
I'm also very excited because I know, and I get to know things as a DM, and that's fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
very excited to see that come to fruition. Yep. So yeah, but that's awesome. I do genuinely love your character. I love everyone's character, but you coming in was just so interesting how you made it clear that you weren't initially a part of the group and that you were the outsider of the group, but also gelled with them so well. It was very interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic that doesn't get to see a lot of play. Not only in D&D, but also in fiction in general. Not only in D&D, you know, like. Yeah. So it was exciting to see that character come to light. So yeah. All right. And then finally, what I know thematically why you went for Bard, and you know, life reasons why you went to Bard, but what are the specific after looking into the class a lot and learning a lot about it, especially that you know, Vicious Mockery is not a bonus action. That
it's an action,
which is learning that, you know,
very dumb.
Mechanically, what interests you about Bard? Like, what are your favorite parts of Bard playing Bard right now?
I like the idea of how like versatile they are, because they're not fully a spellcaster and they're not fully a damage dealer and they're not fully a support, but they can do all three.
Jack of all trades,
you know? Yeah, and with just thinking of like, okay, I don't really know what class is going to gel well with this, so I was looking into like, you know, like the utility and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, I could be a Bard because they can do a little bit of everything, which is nice, and you can obviously go into certain ways, and Alex leans more towards a spellcasting Bard than anything, but also just having like an actual like support character, because once you level up Bard more, you know, it actually becomes that like the Bardic Inspiration is actually like very much so worth using, and there's just you know, like the healing and the support capabilities alone were like, yeah, Bard is the way to go. And if you don't know, Alex is a Bard of Eloquence, and it was weird trying to switch, like, because it was either going to be College of Lore or College of Eloquence, but I decided on Eloquence because it was, you know, like just his character as one, like, with like the two facades that Alex has. Like, he has his performing to where he's performing, and he's this charismatic, you know, like guy that you wouldn't even be able to tell is only like 19 years old. But there's other parts that are like when he's talking to his friends and when he gets mad in combat, to where you can kind of tell, yeah, this is still just a kid that's doing all these things. But yeah, I think Bard mainly is because of its utility.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, sweet. So now that we've kind of understood where we're coming from and the jumping off point for both of you, let's see where that landed you in the pool of adventure here. At the beginning, episode 1, obviously we'll go with Warren's experience with episode 1, and then we'll go with your introduction, Alex, in episode 8. Corin, what was your first impression, not only from your one-on-one, but also from episode 1 with Glass and Leland again? What was your first impression of the two party members that you started running with?
Glass! I might try to kill him at some point, no offense, Tristan. Which I did try to.
Yeah.
Leland, he's going to trick me so much, but I can't help it. Which he's become more of a, I guess, a brother/father figure to Corin. Where
Very true.
Glass is
Very
more
true.
of the annoying brother. The one that you like, but damn, they're on your nerves, but in a loving way.
Right.
But I still say, and there's a clip of it, I still say my favorite moment is this. Look what he did to me!
Yeah, I recently got the clip of that done.
Ribs. I think that really kind of told me who Corin would be, was that moment. I don't know. I kind of vibed really well with both of them. I knew like we both have some good characters, but Tristan's character kind of scared Ricky a little bit because I was like, dang, bro, if you turn into the Evergreen Tide one more time, I'm coming down and I'm beating your ass.
Yeah, episode 2 was...
Because Corey can't fight that boy anymore.
No. Okay, so then with that, moving away from that a bit, how did... Because there's a lot of avenues we could go here in terms of questioning, but essentially, how did you start? Because this is your second time being DM'd by me, right?
Correct.
The only other time was that one shot where Lucia, one of your best characters of all time, came from, which. That one shot is also every campaign or one shot I've done in D&D 5e has been set in Plaricia. So there's a lot of history and a lot of things that I've developed throughout the world.
Technically,
Lucia's
canon in that
technically.
world. And if I see Lucia in one of the campaigns, in anything that we do, just know I might start crying.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that.
We're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, how was it beginning a proper campaign? How has it been being in a campaign not only of someone you've kind of only been DM'd by once, but also just like in general on stream? How was the beginning of the campaign, and like how has that developed for you?
It's been fun. I've still to this day, other than Gluckin, Lucia and Corin have been my favorite characters that I've ever made. I think in your campaigns have been some of my favorite characters that I've made. Because I think your DM style fits very well with me, because my favorite thing about D&D is whenever I can make a creature and then the DM's like, all right, I'm going to talk to you with that creature. And I'm like, and I think my favorite moment is Lucia, and you can look at this with the character B-roll. He has a mind flare as a brain.
Yeah, he has a mind goblin.
And he would
Technically an
literally
intellect
talk
power.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah, he would literally talk to me in Wilson's voice, Wilbur's voice.
Yeah. Hey guys,
And-
what? Lucia, I don't know if we should go down there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little high
and I
pitched,
always,
little
I always
guy.
love that, and I think now that it's Tenebriok's more of like a god, to me it's very like whoa.
Oh my god.
Very cool, but I'm also like, I'm just waiting for the day that Tenebriok takes over Corin's body, and then Corin just starts killing. And you see how he doesn't say anything, so someone this. So when he does do that to me, I could say I called it.
So, Alex,
Yeah.
Bro,
what do you? What was not only your in character but also playing as a player? What was your first impression of the party at large, and in that episode
Ooh.
of your introduction?
Yeah. A lot of it was, because I had watched, because because I watched the first 4 episodes, and then past that I had watched most of the other episodes. So like I kind of had an idea already, but it was but I could tell that Corin was going to be hilarious, right? I could tell that like Glass had so much potential with making all these really, really, really cool things, and Connor, the lavish legend, was going to be the lavish legend, and none of those have come short of those predictions and expectations that were set in that first introduction. Like when they walked into that tavern and Connor said, "Where's the music guy?" And I was like, "Me?"
Well, so that's how we deal with things here. Okay.
Yeah. So I could tell that the dynamic of the party was that they were like, get it done and move on. Very, like, which is expected of experienced, warriors and hunters and all these different aspects of life. Like it was fairly expected, but it was really cool.
Yeah, it was very exciting seeing that for the first time.
Well, we're more in and out, get it done type of guys.
Yeah.
You muted. 1 second, everybody.
Hey guys, go follow our socials.
Hey, yeah, go follow our socials.
At the Fellas Roll across all platforms, including Snapchat.
The music's gone. Oh, never mind.
Including, what do you mean? What do you mean the music's gone? Can we elaborate a bit on that?
Hey guys, it wouldn't be the Fellas Roll without turbulence. So,
the turbulence in this plane is astronomical.
Yeah, guys. So real talk though, I think.
So let me tell you my plan to assassinate Corin. So basically,
you wouldn't stand a chance.
You are very correct about that.
I will bomb rush you and send you to the netherworld. To the nether.
Basically. To the nether.
Oh my god, everybody! It's Connor! Yeah!
Let's go.
Alright,
I
Connor.
heard we were assassinating Corin.
Yes.
I just came to let you know that the music is still on the stream. I know because I'm watching.
And now you're in the stream.
Hello everyone, our overlord will always be watching us. Except on Twitter, where I banned. He doesn't know I changed the password so he couldn't get back in. So let's talk bad about Connor. Now he has to check.
You changed the password for x.com?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that was even happening.
Okay, we're back.
Oh my God,
I am having
so
a weird issue with my computer right now where the audio will cut out for like half a second, lower itself to like 60%, and cut off all microphone access.
Bye, Connor.
Goodbye, Connor. So good to see you, by the way.
Specific question. Wait, which one are we talking about right now?
We were talking about Alex's first experience with the party as of current.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can give more insight on that.
I would love it. I would love it very much, yes.
It's really like we're a streamed thing. So Noah told us that Chance was going to be there and like was joining, and we had talked about it and everything. So when we heard like, oh yeah, this magical person, I was like, the music person is going to be Chance because I know Chance.
And Noah went,
Nuh-uh.
Well, at the time when I had mentioned...
Imagine if I wasn't, though. Like, imagine I was the big dude.
That specific thing of, like, was the music person. I've been, like, it was just Chance joining.
Yeah, because in episode 7, King mentions that... Francis King mentions that there's a friend that might be helpful in this endeavor. I put that there not knowing how long it would be until Chance got in. Of course, it was next fucking session. And I had no way of knowing that. But it was very fun So
Goodbye.
yeah. Goodbye,
This is
Connor.
my-
Thank you for the
Bye.
insight. Thanks for dropping in.
Of course.
Always good to see
All
you.
right. All right, Tristan, if you're watching, it's your turn now.
Hold on, first,
He can't
Hold
leave.
on, guys.
He's trapped.
He's a grandpa.
He's
He's a
trapped.
grandpa.
He's trapped.
Look, everybody, the hit game.
Among Us. All right. So, yeah. There he goes. So,
He does this every time, folks.
yep. So, Alex, Chance, with that, because this is my first time DMing for you.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. I
yeah.
thought Chance was in one of your campaigns before.
No, he
but
hasn't been.
one
This is my
shot.
first time DMing for him. So yeah, how has it been first time DMing in one of my games? And how has it generally been, adjusting to playing D&D on a stream?
Yeah, so there were a lot of elements that made that first time I appeared kind of like nerve-wracking. Like I remember like that whole first time that I showed up, I was nervous, I was shaky breathing, which is natural because there were a lot of new things, because I'd never played D&D live in front of an audience. I'd never played under your like DMing style, but
Chance was scared for his life.
yes, I was
His
basically
family.
scared that I was going to physically die.
Well, he
No,
knew
uh,
that if he messed up, unfortunately,
Yeah,
I was
it
going to
would
have to
be-
send my hitman on him. So
Yes,
I'm
and
hit
you know,
man.
and
one
but
of the 7.
What?
but I mean, there was a lot of pressure, but I mean,
Civi's number 7.
but I mean, like by the next episode, I was, like I kind of just understood, like the vibe of the party, the vibe of how the world was going and stuff like that. So it wasn't hard accustoming to it. It was just that first session was pretty nerve-wracking.
Right.
So
Yeah. So yeah, because that's interesting to hear, because you at all weren't nervous, seeming nervous that session. I mean, you came in, you were a bard, and sang heat metal in someone's face, vicious mockery, and then had one of my favorite moments so far in the camp, at least roleplay moment, where you were describing how you belted someone's face off and made their face melt to glass, and he was like, "What?" Still to that, one of my favorite clips and one of my favorite moments in the entirety of the campaign. And it was just the fact that it was the first session that you were in, your introduction session, was perfect to really show who you were. It's very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
So
because like the vibe, like specifically with that clip was like, because if you watch it, like I kind of brush past it like it's nothing, and it kind of hints at the fact that he doesn't understand the weight of these things that he's really doing, and he'll learn that over time, and he's getting more accustomed to it, being in the Mad Mage's Tower, and like all this crazy shit happening around every single corner. But that was the vibe I was trying to portray, and I'm glad it came across that way.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
All right. So, beginnings of characters taken care of. Now we can go into specific moments here. Horan, Ricky, what was let's talk about the big lasting implications of the Evergreen Tide. Episode 2, Glass's transformation and subsequent battle as the Evergreen Tide. What is that going to? How did that initially affect Corin? And what is that going to mean for the future? Without spoiling anything that you're having in mind.
Well, to be perfectly honest, at first, Corin always had his battle axe ready behind Glass, as in ready to chop his head off at any moment. Until Glass and Corin had one of their first moments together where he met Glass's family. While yes, his overall allegiance did still ride with Leland because he made the promise to be his bodyguard, and Corin still sees that as so. He felt bad for Glass and realized this monster that he fought earlier wasn't a monster that Glass created. It was a monster that someone forced Glass to be. And so Corin felt bad and almost saw a little bit of himself, and he just kind of joked around and kind of accepted Glass more.
Right.
As you can see, if you really look at Corin's, like, the more he talks to Glass now, where he goes from not trusting Glass to threatening Glass to messing with Glass to messing even more with Glass.
Yeah.
But it's also, I love messing.
Oh, cut out a little bit. Say again.
I
You
love messing with Tristan because
Uh-huh.
he's like a little brother to me. So it's like, oh, I get to mess with Tristan, but do it as a 7'2" skeleton.
Hell yeah.
It kind of, at first, it was more of Corin was very aware and ready to kill at any moment. To, dang, bro, I kind of feel bad for this man.
Yeah. Which is interesting. And that's such good insight, especially on the flop of like Corin always having his battle axe ready from the history that so far you've been, you know, the stream and the party has been learning about Corin, all the way to what he is now, which is kind of a stark departure from that, but still very.
Better just wait, folks.
in the-
When more
in the
Corin
history.
backstory drops, you're gonna find find out things that he knows, and it's gonna be really traumatizing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, all right, and with that, Alex, you haven't had any big moments. You've simply, I think, just had
Hey,
Every moment?
Whoa, Kraken.
no, except for the Kraken. I was about to
Yeah.
mention it. You gotta let me cook here, friends.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Now,
gotta let me
give the
cook.
man the credit, bro.
Exactly. Well, I'm just saying because Alex is just, he has a place, it seems, in every single situation that the party finds themselves in.
Yeah.
Interestingly, in some way, doesn't matter how big or small, he does find a place. As a bard, that's just a natural thing that happens. But also Alex as well, just the character he is, always seems to find something to do, somehow
Yeah.
to help, right? But yeah, let's talk about that big moment for you, slaying the Kraken, taking care of it.
Yeah.
What was that like? And for those that haven't watched up to that point, obviously we should have said before, but obviously we're just gonna be talking about the campaign openly. So if you haven't gotten up to episode 14, spoiler ahead, should have said it earlier. But yeah, defeating that Kraken and looking at it in its glowing eye beneath the waves. What was that like? Tell me what that moment was.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is actually one of my favorite moments I've had in D&D, just at all, like just in general. Because when I was picking the magic items, I was like, Ring of Water Walking. That sounds kind of useful. I just threw it in there to just have, like, just in case. And I had the Potion of Clairvoyance as well. So, so I think it was a matter of, it was really cool because Alex took his first step to like being brave and risking his life to help others, because he'd never really done that before. And then he just puts faith in himself and walks out onto the water. He sees the eye. He connects the freaking basically ring cam to the guy's tentacle, and then from there I was like, I was soaked, and Alex had been kind of, like thrashed around in the water and really roughed up. So then it clicked, and that anger and that childish almost immaturity kind of let go, and he poured everything into that one just multiple bursts of those like magic missiles, just everything that he had left in the chamber, and it worked. So then from there was, at least for me, that there was a clear switch for Alex of being aware that he is capable of these things, because before that it was a matter of like the way that I wrote the character, the way that I viewed the character was that he didn't have the confidence that he could take out something like a Kraken or even like stand beside some, like these guys like in general. But the fact that he did and was successful really kind of turned the tide for Alex as a character. Yeah. Because it was, like there was a level of maturity and respect for everyone who helped fight, but also just a realization, hey, I'm capable too, and I think it was really good. And it's still one of my favorite things. And it also, like not to hint, but like Alex is God, that, because he's not extremely religious, but
you said Alex is God, and I went, what?
Alex is God,
no, like, yeah.
Alex is a Brus, yeah.
Yeah. But like it was, because he's not a super religious guy, but he was like, all right, all the help I can get, I probably need it right now. So then he said the Stormveil chant whenever they were about to execute a monster or a foe or something, and they'd be like, I send you back to hell, and then it's rest easy, friend, and then they do the finishing blow. And Alex, the way that I wrote him, has never done that before. So it was really cool that like the first time he did it was when people needed it the most, and it was really cool for, it was just a really cool moment, honestly. Like it's actually one of my favorite moments I've ever had in D&D.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a lot of fun.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed that entire moment.
Mm-hmm. I think that Alex as a character is one of those that, like he fits in a lot of situations, but I feel like as the campaign goes on further, he's gonna have those moments naturally. Like those big and character defining moments. Like as we get through the tower and like so on and so forth, he levels up and unlocks all these new capabilities and stuff like that. So I think like the more like character defining moments are still coming for Alex, like they're still in the future, but not too far.
2 sessions.
Yeah, so next session is
man, that is awesome to hear a lot of insight about him. He's gonna definitely be a very interesting character coming forward. Even more than he already is. All right. So now we're gonna do a little kind of duo question. Since we have Alex and Corin here. Ricky Chance, what are Alex and Corin's what was those first impressions with each other? And then how have you seen the kind of short time that y'all have had, about a week and some change together? How have y'all seen that developed, and then where do you see your two characters going together in the future?
So somehow, some way, Corin's backstory just connects with everyone's. I don't know how, but that session I rolled a nat 20 on a memory check, and I named my horse off of some kids that Corin, or Mick, used to teach. And one of them, can't remember the name off the top of my head, his description was Alex to a T. And Corin then saw Alex and he was like, what? So I see Corin possibly trying to take Alex under his at some point, trying to teach him the ropes, especially when Alex gets to the point where he wants to probably learn how to combat more stuff. He's tried to multiple times, but has fucked up every single time, as in destroying his shit on accident. But also,
What can I say?
Corin has never been able to do that, so it's kind of like a good.
Right.
Yeah, Alex's first impression of Corin was intimidation. You know, because it's, you know, like you don't see it every day. And the first time Corin revealed his like underneath the mask, like, or he didn't really reveal it to Alex. Alex just saw it. It was like, oh shit.
Dream.
Oh shit, this guy is very scary.
Oh,
but then,
shit.
but like, especially throughout the Mage Tower, the Mad Mage Tower, Alex has opened up and almost views Corin as like an older brother, in like the sense that he, like, yes, he is filled with this weird like ideology that Alex doesn't understand. You know, like he doesn't understand his motives and he doesn't understand fully why he's here. But especially after like the whole date thing, Alex kind of viewed him that there is a soft side to Corin, and I feel like Alex being so young, like he's able to kind of see that softer side that is in Corin. It may be buried under a lot of bones, but it is there. And then the shopping episode as well. That was a really funny interaction with me and Corin.
Oh
and
my god!
Put me down! You know, just but
I do love that moment.
but yeah, but as of right now, I feel as though Alex views Corin as like an older brother or even an uncle type figure. Like definitely not a father figure, but one of the like one of the other male, you know, like family figures.
Drunk uncle.
Definitely more so drunk uncle, but there's aspects of older brother as well.
I will
So, yeah.
family gathering.
Oh, Alex!
Alex finally reconnects with his family, and you just hear Corin, 20-mile-per-hour sprint down the street, just into the party, just like.
Why was I not invited? Why was I not invited, Alex?
Why was I not invited to the function?
I'm in Corin at the function moment.
All right.
My credit card.
So yeah,
I would like to use my credit card.
all right. So I'll kind of open it up to you guys a little bit in terms of where you want to bring this question. Outside of obviously, I know one of your favorite moments and probably your favorite moment so far has been the Kraken for you, Alex, and then I couldn't pinpoint what it is for you though, Ricky, for Corin. So what has been? Doesn't matter if it's actually no. Let's say what was your favorite character moment for you, for your character, and then what has been your favorite moment overall for Catalyst currently? Let's start with Ricky.
My favorite comedic moment is Corin getting butt naked in front of an owl. Very serious moment is him connecting to Tenebriox for the first time.
Yeah, on the
Favorite
bridge.
catalyst moment is the race that we did.
The race.
I think I always think of that one as well. That's really funny. Or the bar fight. The bar fight I actually really.
Yeah, bar fight was fun. Because that was the first fight with the party of 4 that we now have.
It was also the first fight that Corin didn't see it as enjoyable. It was more of, you piss me off. Now I'm going to show you what I can actually.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so specifically for your character was that moment then. Okay.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
the Grimace Shake moment. That was also a good one.
The what?
When he drank the Grimace Shake in the Wacky Tower.
Not the
Oh my
Grimace
god.
Shake.
Oh my god.
Not the Grimace Shake.
Of course, Corin was drinking the Grimace Shake off the ground. He was
Yep. All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, Chance, what's been your favorite like Alex moment? Obviously outside of the Kraken, since we've already mentioned that. And then what has been your overall favorite moment? Whether it be
If we're talking-
in parts that
yeah.
you've been in or overall.
Yeah, I will say my second favorite like group moment, but it also kind of bleeds into Alex moment, is whenever Alex was performing in the bar, and he like I asked, do I see any girls that Alex would be attracted to, right? And there was the one at the bar, and then like everyone thought I was gonna go like hit on this person, but then I was like, like never mind. And then I turned around and went away. Like I don't know what it was about that moment, but that was pretty cool to see like everyone be like, "Hey, bro, Corin's into that person. Relax," But that was just a really cool like camaraderie type of moment. And then also I liked recently, Corin and Leland talking on the ceiling. And Leland like the freaking Miles Morales pose on the ceiling, and they were talking in glass, like listening in, and then Alex like being on the ground.
Corin just hanging by his hand, just
yeah. and then like Alex being just kind of chilling. And also there's always probably the coolest moment that I was not a part of was the Evergreen Tide. I think that was a really cool like idea of the fact that glass can just evergreen tide it out, honestly.
I feel like the next time he will be the Mad Mage, and Corin's getting gone. He's going.
Yeah, just
Corin don't give a fuck.
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah, but
He's gonna be like, grovel!
it's like evergreen tide meow, phases out of existence.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So, let's see here.
No.
Yeah,
I can't
we've
see.
pretty much
Yeah.
reached the end of what questions I currently have for y'all. So I'll open it up to you guys. If you have any questions for each other or myself, feel free to ask, and we'll otherwise we'll wrap it up.
When are we gonna kill this dumbass wizard?
Yeah.
That's up to
so
y'all.
like yeah, honestly that
I mean,
okay,
Glass has made it clear that he has a ping on his book, the wizard's personal book that he
Good.
used. So,
But so this is a compliment when I say this. Your world is so not simple but explanatory that I understand everything that's going on. And also it kind of helps that I can just watch back the episodes.
yeah.
I don't know. I just really enjoy it so much. It's like I forget a moment.
yeah,
like-
it's hard to remember everything. I agree. I mean, obviously, I have memory issues anyway.
No, I mean like I remember everything.
Oh!
Hard to forget a moment.
Oh, okay. I misheard you there.
oh,
yeah.
How much I've enjoyed this campaign is like everything feels to me in my brain. Everything feels like it's been every single day.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a day off that we haven't streamed Catalyst in my brain. When
Yeah.
it's obviously like it's been months. Like we're
Mhm.
coming up on like almost 6 months,
That's so good to
which
say.
is wild. But I don't know. I just really love the world. I don't really have any questions because I want to be surprised.
Yeah. I want
Other than why'd you pick this loser? What the hell, bro?
yeah, basically without spoiling anything, Noah, what is it like to like have this like whole dungeon-esque tower made, and basically you kind of have to react to what the party does as to what encounter they're gonna see or what encounters they skip over and stuff like that. Like what is it like to write something like that? Because I'm trying to get better at writing stuff like that, like for my
Right,
personal campaign
right.
and stuff like that.
Well, I have an overall layout of generally what's in the tower.
Mhm.
I'm confirming nor denying anything. But
Yeah.
from y'all's perspective, and any generalist perspective that would see, the tower is seemingly infinite. It expands out into the abyss above and below, and also disappeared into the clouds in the material plane on Plaricia. So having that power, not only an infinite dungeon, is awesome as an idea, but also having what the tower is and what the tower represents in terms of its theming and composition, it's not supposed to make sense. A lot of it's not supposed to flow. I don't have to worry about like structure and how rooms would actually fit together because it's all magically constructed.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to make sense because that's how it's designed.
Thank God it doesn't make sense, because my brain can't think of this tower for real.
Yeah, no,
I mean, y'all have gone horizontally in terms of progression.
I know.
If you think about where y'all go, y'all have not gone up another flight of stairs outside the first one. Y'all have just gone this way.
oh god.
Nothing makes sense, and it's so funny to me because that's just actually how it is. That is the reality of the situation in this fictional world, is that it doesn't make sense, and it's glorious.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get any easier to understand, nor is it going to make any more sense going forward. I'll let y'all know that as well.
I didn't expect it to.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to either.
Well, our beloved Glass himself asked, "What's your favorite item on your character?"
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, so that's a great question. What is you guys' favorite question?
I know
favorite
mine.
item on your characters?
Well, funny enough, mine used to be my Staff of the Python. Right? That was actually my favorite item that I owned. But funny enough, it was replaced with probably my new favorite item. The freaking Malmetal Rod that Corn gave me. That I could just bink and just turn it into things, because it's really cool.
Bro, you don't have to blame me for everything.
Because a really easy answer would be my loot, because I'm a bard.
Yeah.
But I rarely use that as an item. It's kind of just assumed that bring, I'm playing stuff to cast all these things, but it's not an item that I attack with or anything like that. So loot, obviously, but Malmetal Rod is really cool because I can just touch things and it changes into the thing. It's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So
Tristan also asks, when's the beach episode? Tristan, it sounds like you're at it right now.
It's true. Tristan, I know you're going to be the only one that probably understands this reference, but Corin, whenever Corin has my brand, it's my brand, his favorite weapons would be his axe and his trident. And the great sword's getting up there though, because the way I'm rolling with it, I'd just be chopping fools for real.
The Great Sword of Sharpness might be my favorite item I've ever put in front of a player. Because
it's so cool.
It's you took the bait and just went with it, and it was glorious. So good.
Dreamweaver. So if I had to rank all of them, it would go Dark Hospitality, Shadow's Link, Dreamweaver, the Sharpness, and then the Center. Is that how you say it?
I mean, if we're ranking.
And the reason why I haven't, the flails at the bottom, I like it, but it's more strategic. Corin hasn't had to be strategic yet. Corin's a different beast when he's strategic.
Corin, run through the wall.
As dumb as Corin seems, he's very strategic, and that's why he picked up the flail.
Because he knows it's a tool that he has in his arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to spoil what it does. It's pretty awesome whenever the whole party's dying.
Alex also has a crowbar, because I make it a point to put it in every single one of my characters hey, I haven't used it. It's more so just a thing that is carried ever since my first character.
If you do, Corin's gonna go, what's happening to me?
Yeah, no. But it is just a regular crowbar, and he has it. He never used it, but I mean, it's a thing in my inventory. So if there's ever a door, maybe we could just, instead of boom, you know, like you know, just.
Love that. All right. So yeah. If y'all don't have any more questions for me, in terms of DMing, because I'd love to answer more questions from my perspective.
I wish it did, but you answered a lot of them when we did the Path Fellas B-roll.
That is very true. I did answer a lot of questions as a DM.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good show to watch if you're doing homework.
Hey,
Very true.
hey, Mr. DM.
What's up, Chance?
You gave me a lot of money last session. Why?
You want to ask me why I gave you a lot of money?
Well, I'm just curious.
Spoils of war.
Huh. Oh. Interesting.
And that's it tonight, folks. Thank you for.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Spoils of war. I mean, that's.
Hell yeah.
You fight, you win, you are rewarded. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I
can get behind that.
I think I'll just
Personally.
probably open this up to just generally kind of ending thoughts on Catalyst as a whole, and just general final comments, because I am so far, this is probably definitely one of my favorite campaigns I've ever had the pleasure of DMing or being a part of in general. I can't say it's number one yet, because of some other things that I've had, and there's a certain one that I'm very biased towards, that Tristan is a part of. It's where you two know Taka, the Kraken man. Yeah.
I was about to say the Squid Boy, but that's
same thing, basically. Tentacle Boy. But this has been one of my favorite campaigns to be able to DM with. It is not only kind of pushed me forward in terms of my DMing quality and effort, but also developed a lot of my world, because y'all are globe-trotting individuals who reach across country boundaries and kingdom boundaries. But like 3 of you have deep connections to one kingdom, and it's weird. But yeah, this has just been an awesome pleasure to be a part of Fellas Roll in general, obviously. But I'm excited to see where Catalyst goes and where any future campaigns bring us.
Well, I appreciate one thing.
Mm-hmm. I heard it hit the ground!
Yeah, it was a weird sound. Let's do that.
Bro is playing Smosh Try Not to Laugh, but he is failing hard.
The Smash Challenge.
Chance, you got anything to say?
Just that, you know, it's been a pleasure, especially coming in not from the beginning. It's been really nice integrating into the Fellas role. You know, so I mean, I'm just like, you know, I'm just excited for the future of it. Honestly, that's just my biggest thing. No, you know, I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well,
Side note, I will have to say something, one thing, and I think this will get the viewers' attention a lot, especially whenever people, if and when we get popular, people start watching back our campaigns. If you're watching this now, we're at a very interesting point of the campaign where lots of our characters are making growing decisions that will either make or break the characters. And I think this is either the best part to tune in. Like if you're not one of the people like watching back, this is the best part to tune in, and also the worst because we don't know what the future holds. This is one of the few campaigns where my brain
We're like, what are we actually supposed to be doing right now?
and not in the way of damn bro, this DM got me in the way of oh god, what have I gotten myself? Like what's happening?
Like in the way of that, like the answer's there. We just have to work really hard to find it.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's really cool.
Amazing. Very amazing indeed.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Don't back down.
Never
Never back up. Never back down. Never give up. Oh God. I will say though, these two are speaking from their current experience, and what I have in store for next week, without spoiling anything, is going to be.
He's gonna kill Corin.
I'll put right now.
Not only deeply fascinating, but I think extremely satisfying as well.
Oh my god, guys, that's someone. It's gonna be Alex. Goodbye. You don't know it, but this is Chance's goodbye.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was a fun little stint that I had here. Thank you all. Deuces.
This is all to help Chance's music career.
Yeah, definitely though. Catalysts is, I will say, very soon. I'm not going to give an exact amount of sessions or whatnot, but very soon, Catalysts will be leaving the tutorial.
Oh yeah, he said this to me.
I've said this before, but I wanted to say it on stream. Catalysts is going to be leaving the tutorial very soon. Meaning
the title screen's gonna pop, guys. The title screen's gonna pop.
Meaning essentially, this story is going to finally open up, and it's truly going to become my player's story. I will just facilitate it. It's going to be very interesting to see that happen, because I'm really excited to see how y'all are going to react to the things that I have planned.
Corin episodes, baby. Fuck the other people. Yeah, baby. Corin episodes.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, well, with
Corin
that
and
out,
Alex
I don't know if y'all have any final thoughts.
I mean, follow our socials.
Yeah, definitely follow our socials.
I mean it. I will find you. I'm just kidding.
At the fellas roll on everything, including Snapchat.
Pretty much
I'm
at
sorry.
the fellas roll and everything.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was a joke. But follow the Twitter.
Twitter's fire. Ricky is our man in the chair on that one.
Because something that is so cool is now, because of how long the fellas roll has been a thing, you can look up the fellas roll on any social media that we are on, and we will be the first people to pop up. And
yeah,
that's
it won't
super
be
cool
like
that
a
it's
little
not.
channel thing. It actually like pops
guys,
up.
if we get
Yeah.
5 likes on this YouTube video, I'll drop Chance's IP address.
What? Hey, let's not.
Kidding.
Did you say 5 likes? We're already at 4. So
Oh no.
we might have to increase it to 10, boys.
No, 1 second, please. I've got to do something before we.
We are now at 6.
Oh wow, we're at 7, guys.
That's crazy.
Homeboy is switching between all of his Googling. I'm like,
Swapping between his 12 different alts. Yeah. So, otherwise,
Guys,
follow all of our
right.
social medias. And we will be back next week with an episode of Catalyst, episode 15, coming at you. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to fight these stitch flesh creatures, mouth belly peoples, and overall
Ew.
see what happens.
Your mind disgusts me.
I know. Well, hey, it's not my mind. It's the Mad Mage's mind.
Welcome to Chlorophyll.
Hey! Not again!
Who's he ever
pleurisy, you freaking idiots.
Is it Wednesday yet?
No, we can't say that. That's not the. Amen.